What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome into a Wednesday morning episode of the Daily Juice Podcast with me, Matt Perrault, at Sports Talk Matt, to follow me across all socials. This podcast being brought to you by OmahaSteaks.com and their fantastic site-wide celebration going on. Anniversary, Labor Day, celebrate it all with 50% off with that promo code JUICE at OmahaSteaks.com. Okay, so a 1-2 night last night. But if it wasn't for the ridiculous Ghost Runner rule, it would have been a 2-1 night. That handicap was perfect for the under in the Blue Jays and the Orioles. Goes to extras, 3 runs. We could have survived 2 runs in extras. 3 are scored in the top of the 10th inning because it's fake manufactured offense and it's not real baseball. And it causes me now to bet a first 5, which I will do today because I'm not betting. I have 1 full game bet, but I have a first 5 because I'm going to get away from bullpens. But the first 5 lost in that game as well. So it wasn't like there was a benefit of going with the first 5 in the Blue Jays and the Orioles. But the full game at 8.5 was right there. 3-3. We could have gotten there and we didn't get there, unfortunately. But, you know, it is what it is. Let me tell you about a couple of big things, okay? The first of which is the Daily Juice new logo gear is available right now. Shop.fantasypros.com. That's the website to go. You will see hats and t-shirts right now for sale with the new logo, which is right there if you're watching on video here on YouTube for BettingPros. I will be giving away some stuff soon. Stay tuned for that. It's going to be very fun to give those things away. New Daily Juice gear, sweatshirts, t-shirts, and hats. Available right now. I will be giving them away. I'll be wearing them myself. I'm very excited to get my hands on them very soon, but available right now in the Fantasy Pros / Betting Pros shop, shop.fantasypros.com. Also, our friends are back. It's always fun. Rival Fantasy is back. The all-in-one fantasy football platform is back for another season here with us. Rival Fantasy is a new all-in-one fantasy sports platform where you can dive into 3 DFS games that you cannot find anywhere else. This year, they're also introducing their season-long platform, bringing redraft and DFS together in one place. Rival Fantasy is excited to get people playing season-long, and they're so excited they're giving away a total of $10,000 in prizes for users who create redraft leagues on their platform this season. That's 20 leagues. They're going to be giving up $1,000 to be paid up $1,000 to play on Rival Fantasy. Rival Fantasy is also offering new users a $200 deposit match plus $25 in complimentary entries. You will be literally playing with house money from the jump. You're going to go to joinrival.com/fantasypros23 to sign up, claim your deposit match, and experience the future of fantasy sports. That's joinrival.com/fantasypros23 for a $200 deposit match and $25 in complimentary entries for a season-long and DFS all-in-one platform streamlined this fantasy football season with Rival Fantasy. Okay, it's Wednesday. That means we're going to do a college football future, and I'm going to fade Iowa State. The juice is a little bit ridiculous, but it's a season-long bet, so I'm okay with laying it. It's not fun to have 1.65 units wrapped up for the whole year, but I'm okay with it because I like Iowa State to go under 5 wins this season. Starting quarterback, off the team. Starting running back, off the team. Offensive lineman, off the team. Defensive lineman, off the team. They were bad anyway. Iowa State wasn't good anyway, and now they've been ravaged by the gambling scandal, rather. And let's just go through their season really quick, okay? Iowa State plays Northern Iowa in Ames in week 1. Northern Iowa is going to win that game. They got a Michigan State quarterback transfer, and this is the Super Bowl for the Panthers, and Iowa State's going to have a tough go of it. I like a loss out of the gate. In the Cyhawk game in week 2, you can just go ahead and kiss it goodbye. I think Iowa destroys Iowa State in the Cyhawk. I know it's a rivalry game, and I get all that, and Iowa's had their problems too with the gambling scandal, but Iowa State wasn't going to win the game anyway, and now they're really not going to win the game with Hunter Dekkers not being a part of this team anymore. They go to Athens, Ohio. They'll probably win that game, but I don't think they beat Oklahoma State coming back at home, and they'll open up 1-3. Oklahoma on the road, forget it. TCU at home, forget it. Cincinnati on the road, maybe, But Scott Satterfield coming over to be the new head coach there, that's a maybe. Let's just be overly optimistic, and we'll give him that. So that might maybe the win at Ohio and the win at Cincinnati. 1-1, right? That's one win so far this year. They're going to Baylor. They're not winning there. Let's say they beat Kansas at home. There's 2 wins. They go to Provo, Utah to play BYU. No. Home for Texas. Forget it. Kansas State in Manhattan. No. The ceiling for this team is 4 wins. Most likely it's 2-3 for Iowa State. Minus 165 to the under 5, 1.65 units down. Iowa State under minus 165, 5 wins. We're going under 5. FanDuel has it at 4.5. If you don't like that juice, you can play it at 4.5, but I'd rather get the extra juice and get literally an extra win out of this because it's 4 or 5. There's no half there, right? So under 4, it cashes both bets, but yes, it's extra money being tied up. Under 4.5 is minus 110, but hypothetically, I've been wrong before, so I can afford to kind of lay it out. It's only 1.65 units. It's not too expensive. Not a huge wager. I don't believe in hammering on futures and going 5, 6, 7 units down on futures, but I do think that's a good bet. Iowa State under 5 wins at FanDuel at minus 165 for 1.65 units. I'm going to be on Iowa over 8.5, but I haven't bet it. I like Penn State. I'm a little skeptical. I haven't bet it yet. I'm a little skeptical as to whether I want to make it official or not with Iowa, but I do like Iowa to have a pretty good season this year. I just want to wait a little bit longer to make sure there's not going to be any injuries for Iowa State, but we got Penn State over 9.5 wins. Drake May over 3,150.5 yards passing. Michigan to win the national championship, and now Iowa State under 5 wins at minus 165. College football returns this weekend for week 0. We'll get to those bets a little bit later on in the week, which is good news. 2 baseball bets to get to. Let's talk about the first one, the Cubs and the Tigers. Jamison Taillon against Tarek Skubal, okay? Look, Skubal's been pretty good. I understand that, but the Cubs offense has been really, really good. They've been red hot. So it's been sort of like on, off for Skubal. So if you want to go with what happens this round, this start, he should be off. Against San Francisco, no earned runs. Against Miami, 4 earned runs. Against Tampa, no earned runs. Against Boston, 4 earned runs. Against Cleveland, 1 earned run. By that, he should give up 4 earned runs here for this start for the Tigers. Now, on the other side, Taillon gives up home runs. I mean, Jamison Taillon gives up home runs, gives up hits. He's a guy who, for the Cubs on the road, 5.22 ERA, 4-3 record, giving up 7 home runs on the road. A 215 opposing batting average isn't bad, but he's given up 29 earned runs in 50 innings worth of work. And frankly, the Cubs offensively have been scoring a ton of runs. They're also giving up a ton of runs. So far in this series, 7-6, 8-6. Just going to come on back and we're going to bet the over. It's 8.5 minus 110. Cubs, Tigers over 1.1 units down on that. Over 8.5 for the Cubs and the Tigers today on a Wednesday. And finally, third bet. The Miami Marlins are on the road at the San Diego Padres. It's Sandy Alcantara Day. I'm not going to get the bullpens involved here. I just want to look at the first 5. It was plus 110. Okay? When I bet this, it was plus 110. It flipped literally as I was getting ready to record the podcast. It's minus 105, so I'm going to play the number that you guys are going to get, not the number that I got. So I think either or, it's a 15 cents difference, but the pros have already come in here and taken that plus money off the table here with the Miami Marlins. Miami money line, first 5. I think we're going to see another really good performance out of Sandy Alcantara. The Padres at home have not been good. I like the under as well, but I'm not going to bet that. Seth Lugo going on the other side for the Padres with a 4-6 and a 3.92 ERA. At home, he has a 4.70 ERA. He's 2-4 with an opposing batting average of 277, 24 earned runs given up in 46 innings worth of work. He won his last start, but previously he lost the previous 4 starts the team did in starts by Seth Lugo. He was good. 6 innings, no earned runs, but he's had a game. The last home game was 3 1/3, 8 earned runs given up against the Dodgers. I'm just going first five. Money line, -105. Marlins, 1.05 units down on that. Okay? So a college football future and 2 baseball bets here on a Wednesday as we head towards Thursday where we get involved. We've got some NFL preseason football. By the way, the Aces yesterday did not cover, so that would have hit if I had bet that officially. I didn't bet it, but the over came in. Asia Wilson scored 53 points. It was ridiculous. So the over, way over, but they only won by 12. So they didn't cover the 15.5-point spread for Vegas, but they won the game. Over hit, so it was the dog in the over instead of dog in the under in that game, but I didn't bet either one. So, but I did watch it, and it was pretty wild to watch. So, if there is anything else I want to add for a Wednesday, I'll let you guys know in the Discord channel, bettingpros.com/chat. But for now, Iowa State under 5 wins at -165. Marlins first 5 money line at -105, and the over 8.5 Cubs and the Tigers at -110 for 1.1 units down. My name's Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all socials at Sports Talk Matt each and every single morning. It is the Daily Juice Podcast being brought to you by OmahaSteaks.com.